Hi everyone, this is Alvi from Luminescent Hearts. I am about to do my twin flame reading for the week. I'm kind of very late, but I figure it just happens to happen. It happens when it happens, and it's meant to happen when it happens. So, I am a psychic intuitive reader and healer. I'm a twin flame and conscious relationship coach, and I've been doing readings for a long time 15 years or so, and I've been on the twin flame path, or the path of like heart illumination, for probably that long as well. So yeah, I might do things a bit differently. I am a bit progressive. I don't really believe in this waiting around for someone who's not playing ball with you or who isn't interested in you. I don't think that that does anyone any good. I don't know, that might upset people, but really I think what we should be looking at here is loving ourselves enough to know the difference between being attached to somebody and the idea of what that relationship means to you, and letting the universe bring you the perfect partner, or just letting the universe align you with the right things for your personal, for your personal growth. So cards, yeah, all right. I'm just going to, okay, excuse me. All right, so what messages have we got for the Twin Flame Collective today? This week, this is the full moon reading too, so woo, here we go. Here's some cards. I wondered when that was going to happen. That's the one that fell out before, so it's obviously meant to come up. I've got two cards there. All right, so we've got move. And we've got take the lead, but that's in the reverse. Okay, so that is our underlying energy for the moment. So I feel like for some of us, some of you, all of us, no, not all of us, but for who this resonates with, and for the people who are in that stage, this could mean a coming together, whether that means, meeting up with your twin, a reunion with your twin, coming into a stronger sense of your connection and relationship, if you can see that there. It also means move. Sometimes it's time to make moves. It might be for some of you time to make a move. Or even like, this kind of ties in with the reading that I did earlier in the week, which was just like an Ascension Energies reading, energy reading sort of thing, where I said that lots of us will be feeling like this longing for home this week, this energy, this sort of longing for finding a place, and that some of us might feel the need to move, like geographic locations, or be looking for a home rather than a house. Just maybe getting itchy feet a little bit and wanting to move to look for that place that feels like home. So I feel like this is meant to be something you're doing physically, not doing spiritually or energetically, because this card here is a spiritual card, and it's come out reversed, and this usually means when it's the right way up, it will mean take the lead with your energy, do manifestation work, meditation, all of that sort of thing. Use your vibration to lead, but in the reversed position, I think this is saying use your physical body at the moment. This is a physical thing. This is a making the moves in the physical, doing the aligned action is what we call it in manifestation magic and that sort of thing. Yeah, because there's a misconception, I think, with a lot of people that all you need to do is the mental work or the energy work, but there is actually a formula for making things happen when you manifest, and one of those things is you do the, well, those things are, you do the energy work, you do the mindset work, and then you have to do aligned actions which bring the manifestation to you. So this is about doing your aligned actions. You may have been doing energy work and that sort of thing coming up to the full moon. It's always a really good time to do that. So now's the time to start taking aligned actions. Make moves. Make moves in bringing things together for you, however that works in your particular situation. If you are in a situation where you're no contact, making a move towards your twin's probably not the best idea, but make moves towards your happiness. Make moves towards bringing your inner masculine and feminine energies together into inner union, and those kinds of things. Alright, so let's have a look. We'll have a look at, here we go. We'll have a look at the partner first. Alright, so this is clarity of belief. Actually, we will have a look at the people who are watching first, because I felt like that was what I was about to say and then I corrected myself. So, for you guys, this is about clarity of belief. Okay, so this is clearing your mind of all thoughts, doubts. To me, clarity of belief is sort of like, is a cutting through the shit that's sitting in your mind that's stopping you from doing things that you want to do. Now this is an energy that I've been feeling very strongly this week. I've been led, guided on how to get things done in my world, and why when I was trying to manifest things earlier in the year they weren't working, and it was because I had forgotten a certain element of things that I needed to do, and that element is just knowing it. It's like there's no, you don't, like I said in another video, you don't need to beg for your birthright. If it's yours, it's yours, and there's no if you're bringing doubts or fears, or even like, please dear universe, if this is such and such, blah 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 blah, you know what I mean, that's not knowing, that's asking, that's begging, and that's giving needy energy into what you're trying to create for yourself. So that's not co-creation really. So I think that's what we need to be on the lookout for. This is like clearing up anything that is blocking you or causing you doubts, or causing you conflicting emotions as far as what you are trying to create for yourself at the moment, whether that be your love situation. And as I say that, I'm looking at this and picking up this heart color down here. So yeah, for most of you, I'm feeling like this is about, you know, coming together with your twin flame. Obviously that's why you're watching a twin flame reading, but that particular message is for those of you who are trying to manifest something in this world, you know, to bring your twin connection together, or your relationship, to create a stronger relationship. This card has just fallen out here, so we've got love, but it's upside down. So this is the Lovers card, and I think this is kind of part of this message here. This is it's saying to be able to create this the right way up, right? Which is marriage, love, coming together, relationships, you know, all of that good stuff that we're looking for here. You can see like the kind of union, it could be union as well. To be able to do that the right way up, to get that the right way up, because it might be out of balance at the moment. And if you watch many of my videos, I'm always talking about balance, because this is how I've been shown. It's been my experience that balance is a really huge part of a twin flame connection, or a conscious relationship connection. And that's why I call it conscious relationship, because we have to be conscious, or we're brought to consciousness by the connection. So yeah, to bring this connection back into balance, this love connection back into balance, you have to cut through the shit, right? You got to do the clearing work. I keep getting the word clearing. My clairaudience sometimes pops up. So clearing, we've got to do clearing work here, and this is mindset work more than anything else I'm getting from this card, because is a card, the blue cards represent what's in your thoughts. It's thoughts and emotions, but it's mainly, you know, what you're thinking. So when you're in your head, you're not in your heart, and that causes all sorts of trouble. Often it can be ego that's causing you the trouble, or sometimes it can be, you know, like other parts of you who retain trauma from various issues in your life or situations you've had in the past, either with love or as a child, or, you know, all those sorts of things. Often that's what causes the trouble, and it's all in your mind. Like, it does sit in your energy body as well, but it is all in your mind. That's how it presents itself. It's lots of anxiety, lots of overthinking, lots of, you know, this voice in your head, that, you know, that little voice. But what if? But what if this? But what if that? And it's never a nice scenario that it says but what if about either. So let's have a look further. We'll have a look. Well, I think I might pull 2 cards for the partners. This is my usual thing that I will tell everybody every time I do a reading. I don't use the terms divine masculine and divine feminine, because I think that they are a bit misconceived within the twin flame community, and I also think that by labeling one partner one thing and the other partner the other thing, it creates separation, because you're basically saying you're not the same. So what we want to do to create union is to create consciousness where you aren't separate, right? So you're not, we don't call it that. I don't call it that, and it worked for me, so that's part of my theory there. But I will just say your twin or your partner. I think I'll probably say your partner. Okay, so third eye has come up for them. Next card we have for the partner. The people we're inquiring about, the person who's on your mind, the reason that you're probably watching this, I was going to say movie, this video. These are their going on for them right now. So I've got 3 cards jumped out at me now. We've got heal. We've got listen reversed. We've got choose your battles. Right, so too many morning coffees. So what this is saying to me is that they are going through a bit an upgrade in their spiritual sight, in their third eye area. They're surrounded by healing light at the moment, but sometimes that can create an issue where you're too involved, or they are too involved with their healing journey to be able to pay much attention to anything else that's going on. Basically it's saying they aren't hearing, they aren't listening, they're switched off, because they're in healing mode, and that happens sometimes in the connection. You will find sometimes you'll just go, oh my God, I can't feel them anymore, or, you know, that connection, that telepathy, that heart telepathy isn't coming through, and it can often cause people to panic. But I think you have to remember that when we are going through deep healings, deep healing energies and shifts, which we are right now. I just saw an article saying there was a huge solar flare. I think it was a couple of days ago. It wasn't even from our sun, it was from some brown dwarf or red dwarf or something. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but the solar flares create lots of light that comes to the earth, and that's part of the evolution of our species and the energy shifts that we're going through. And I think that for most of the people who are watching, it's the partner that's actually probably feeling this the most. They might not know what it is if they're not a very spiritual person. They might kind of just be, you know, a bit irritated or a bit busy with themselves or whatever, and often that can just mean, you know, like they need to shut off for a while so that their bodies and their minds can integrate this new energy. That's why I think we've got choosing your battles as well. Like, they're not going to they're trying just to conserve energy at this point in time and just integrate those energies. So this might be why things feel a little bit unbalanced as well. So what was the message I just had? I hate it when that happens. Sometimes I'm channeling and I'll get a different message to what I'm saying, but then it will just kind of meld into nothing and my brain goes blank. It was about this. I think what we're seeing here, or I feel what we're seeing here, is that this healing energy or situation or partner is going through is creating this imbalance, and we are being asked as the anchors, as the people who are more aware probably of the connection and of the spiritual side of the connection, to just not take it too personally. Keep a bird's eye view, which means you're looking at it from up high, and that way it doesn't, sort of rock you too much. And to cut through any shit. So maybe like what's coming up in my mind is that during their healing you will be feeling things that they are, working with as well, and it's up to you to help transmute that energy. Alright, let's have a look further. Okay, so I want to know, what are they, well, we know what they're bringing to the connection. Moving away. Okay, so this is on your side. So I think this is moving away from, or moving on from feeling hurt, moving away from the imbalance, understanding that sometimes it's up to you to bring the balance to the connection, whether things are looking good or not. I guess sometimes things can look kind of nasty, but what you have to do really is recognize that it's within you to kind of hold that vibration, and the higher and the more consistently you can hold a good vibration for yourself and for your partner and for the world and all of that sort of stuff, easier it is for everyone around you to heal, and that includes your partner. So the higher if you've got a higher vibration and someone else has a lower vibration, they kind of have to match your vibration, a spiritual law. So you keep yourself steady and balanced, or as balanced as you can, and keep transmuting that energy and keep doing your energy clearing and your grounding and all of that sort of stuff during this time where you're feeling, that kind of roller coaster ride, and things will smooth out a lot quicker and a lot easier. You won't get taken down, if you know what I mean. Alright, so I don't know quite why these cards have popped up, but we've got the twin card here. So this is definitely saying, it's kind of, I don't really like to confirm people's twinship because I think it's really something that you should know yourself and only you can know. So if you go to a psychic and they make you pay to find out whether someone's your twin or not, they're not legit. Sorry, but it's just true. They're not legit, and they're probably not twins, and they probably don't really understand the connection. So we have this card coming up here, and just as I was saying about keeping your vibration high, or keeping your vibration steady and high, moving away from the imbalance by clearing whatever comes up for you at this point in time, especially with this moon. Like the full moon and the few days before it have been really emotional cleansing kind of days. So I think we're moving away from that. That's what we're bringing to this connection now, and then by moving away from that, you bring the balance back in. Now, this could kind of point towards that this connection is what you think it is, if you're thinking that it's a twin connection, but look, it's up to you. You have to feel it in your heart. Don't take my word for it or anyone else's unless it's you. Okay? as you can tell, I feel very strongly about that. And awaiting results, which is reversed. So that's that's an interesting message. Yeah, that's a really cool message, actually. So what I'm seeing for you guys is by cutting through the bullshit, cutting through the stuff that's creating the well, not creating the problems, but making it more difficult for you. You know, your doubts, your fears, your unintegrated parts of yourself, your shadow, and that might be coming up while these other energies are coming up. By clearing those, by having a clear belief that this is a sacred relationship, and keeping it sacred and keeping it clear by not allowing those thoughts and vibrations and energies to go into it too much, which is why you would need to do regular energy clearing, grounding, healing, shielding, all of that stuff, especially in one of these kind of connections, because it's two people's emotions, not just one. So by doing that, you're bringing the balance back. By doing that, you're kind of, as I said, swinging this back around, right? So at the moment, the union is out of balance. By moving away from the feeling of being imbalanced, by clearing all of those energies, you're bringing it back into balance, which means that rather than awaiting results, things are going to start happening very quickly. Okay, so let's have a look for the other side. Now, what's going to happen for the partner? How's this going to work? See, I told you that first card, coming together. Things are coming together now. All right. Now, how does this work for the twin? What energies will this be? This is like a later in the week kind of thing. So, you know, right now the full moon, the moon is full. A lot of people do full moon releases, which is a good idea. I personally don't. My tradition of magic, my tradition of magic, we don't do anything except maybe party on the full moon. So it's a sacred time, and it's not time for doing magic because it's very, very full. But we would have done working up to it and releasing for it. Okay, so hard to explain. Anyway, what's happening for the twin? What's happening for the partner? How will this bringing things back into balance affect your partner, and what's going on with them? Whoa, look at that, coming together. Okay, so this is bringing you guys back together. So this healing, this disconnection that you might be going through right now is working in your favor. It's going to bring you guys back together. And like I said, the higher vibe you can bring to this, the more sacred you can remember that your connection is, and not bring the petty ego fighty stuff into it, the better, really. Like, I was going to say something about something I found in an old journal that I wrote. Now I can't remember what it was, so we will just continue on with this. All right, so once we've come back together, or once the energy of coming together has come into, sorry, I'm just multitasking and not doing well with it. This card's just flown out of the deck, so we will no longer be learning or teaching. Sometimes, you know, you go through just where one's the teacher and one's the student, and the other way around. This is kind of implying to me more balance again. So what's going to happen with this when they come together? How is that going to affect things? What can we expect? How's this coming together going to play out with our twin, conscious partner, soulmate, however you want to label it, whatever your definition of it is. That's not going to work. All right, come on. What message have we got about how this is going to come back together, this making moves and all of that stuff? What messages have we got? Here we go. Seek. Okay, so meditation is the way. I feel like this is going there. I don't know. I just do this like, I don't have a spread. I do sort of have a spread, but a lot of it's just intuitive because that's how I work. So that was too many cards. Oops. Far out. They don't want to give me a message. What can the alright, we'll have a look at what the outcome is and then we'll do some clarification, okay? Alright, what's the outcome of this week's little journey, our mini journey? Win or lose, okay. I think this is about burying the hatchet on the past, you know, like putting the past away. Not making things into a battlefield, like I was saying before about the, you know, when you can look at something from a future perspective or from a higher perspective or a more expanded energetic view, it's easier not to get caught up in the hurt and the pain that you think that someone is actually causing you when it's really very often not anything to do with you. It's just the way that they feel about themselves or the way that they relate to themselves. And I find that a lot of people get really caught up in that, but that is the trick with these kinds of connections is to actually pull yourself out of that and not take it too personally, which is hard, I know, but that's part of the process because it's a process. It's not something that just happens. You don't just meet your twin and live happily ever after. There is a constant process, a constant work on yourself, on the connection, on understanding spirituality of it, understanding the energy of it, understanding the cognition of it, or the, you know, the thought processes of it. So yeah, it's a constant thing, but I think what we're going to find is this move that's going to be made will, as we can see, bring the connection back around when it's at that, like, from being out of balance to being in balance, and it will heal up whatever happened in the past, which is sort of like a carry on from my last reading too, where I was saying that there was work to be done on our side, on the people who are watching side, because of something that's happened, you know, past life or past instant or whatever. So this is like an end to fighting, an end to whatever discord is or has been running through your connection. It's all going to stop and it's all going to come together, because once they hit this point of once they've done their healing, gone through their third eye chakra upgrade and like just come back around into balance, and you've come back around into balance as well, this coming together is going to happen pretty quickly, I think. I'm just going to see different deck. Let's see what this one says. So what's this coming together? This is another union card. So we've had 3 union cards in this reading already. We've got, oh hang on, no, this one's kind of a union card as well. So we've got 4 union cards, right? Which is, it's like a pretty good indication that you know, things are going to start getting smoother, I think, after this energy has subsided, or even as the moon becomes full, things that weren't as obvious, you know, our intuition's going to be more on point, and things will become clearer, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so what's going to happen with this coming together? coming together? What's coming together? How is this going to happen? What is the message? Here we go. What is the message for this? Don't overindulge. Is that meant to come up the right way? I don't know. Let me just check. Yeah. It does actually look like I've got the deck upside down. Alright. So I think it's going to be a time of partying, celebration. Which is okay, you know, as long as we don't take it too far for too long. But how do we get there? Like, what's actually going to happen? What is the path, other than coming back into balance, coming around and kind of burying the past, putting the past behind you? Oh, here we go, contemplation. Alright, okay, so I think that a lot of you will find yourselves in a state of that kind of contemplation, you know, where you just need to think things out. Sometimes you need to take a day. I did the other day. I had a day where all I did was sleep. I wasn't really given a choice. My higher self will just switch me off if it wants me to download or upgrade or pick up messages from the collective or whatever. And yeah, I really was not given a choice. I slept and slept and slept and slept and woke up like a new person. So I think that's what this is kind of showing for you guys, as to rest. It's really important to sleep if you feel like you need to sleep, because there's lots of things being cleared in the realms of sleep, or in a sleep state. So fourth dimension, call it that, or the astral plane. There's lots of sort of karmic things and soul contract tie-ups and stuff like that that are happening at the moment, and have been like for quite some time. But if you can tap into that, I think it kind of helps things up in this realm as well. Alright, so next, let's have a look. How are we coming to this coming together? This obviously this is about union, or into a stronger sense of relationship, bringing it down from the spiritual into the physical. And let's have a look here. One more card, guys, please. One, messages on how we are going to get from, or get to, the coming together part. So I've got party and look at this one. This one's come up. Yeah, release the past. Alright, so that is our message. I'm pretty sure that is the message for today, is to just try not to let the past take over your future. Ooh, pardon me, got hiccups. Don't let the past take over your future. Release the past. This is why we do the clearing work. This is why you hear constantly in the twin flame groups and just in the community at large. You know, do your inner work. This is what we're doing. We're releasing all of these traumas and all of these beliefs and all of these things that are stopping our true light from shining. And that true light is what actually brings the connection back into balance. Because, like, if someone can't see your true light and they're your soul partner, how are they going to know, you know? So yeah, alright. So release the past. If you need to do some releasing rituals or something like that, do that. It's sort of also, they've just told me this is about a block that's holding you back and you need to work out how to get past it. Like there's something specific in your life that's making it difficult for you to move past this moving on thing. It's like you can't move on from the past. Until you release this block, it's going to keep coming back around, and that's, I think, why this is happening too, because, you know, emotional trauma or just, you know, relationship issues or something from the past that is still affecting you. So healing work, guys, healing work. And I do healing work. If you are interested in me, I do divine love healing, which is kind of like my own organic healing thing. I don't want to call it a modality because it's not a modality. It's just what I do. It's how I was taught by spirit to heal people who are on the twin flame path. So until I, you know, go to modality, but it is definitely a very powerful, very gentle way to heal, and it's very it sticks if you can stick to it. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so hopefully that has made sense to you. Give it they're saying there's something else I need to convey to everybody today, so I think I'm just going to grab these cards. That's just what my heart's saying. Oops. Pillar of light. All right, so what else? What is this last message that we need to give people, please? When I say they, I mean my God. I thought I better explain that. Alright, so what is the message that you want us to have? Oh yeah, look, it's this Mintican again came up this earlier. I did a reading. It was an ascension energy reading. So this is about the original light workers. It's about belonging. It's about finding a sense of belonging. I feel like that the message for this is, if you were blocked and if you are feeling this way, if you're looking for that belonging but you can't quite find it even with your twin, or you're longing for home, this week, if you're one of the people who is just guided by, you know, by the universe and brought these healings, basically like some of us are, this week will be the week that you get the insights you need to shift that energy, to shift into a new consciousness, and be able to find that sense of belonging. Let's have a look. It doesn't mean you don't have to do any work though. That's what my guides just said. They said, don't make it sound like you just sit there and we do all the work for you, because that's just not how it is. Everybody should know that, you know, constantly doing your work is the way forward, not, you know, expecting it to be done for you. If you expect it to be done for you, then you're just going to stay in the same place forever and ever and ever. Or it's going to be a very, very slow process. Okay, do we have any more messages for this reading? Ooh, here we go. Don't dim to fit in. I feel like some of you might be forgetting yourselves or trying to please the person that you are, you know, the object of your desire, by not being yourself. Now this, I know it's difficult because that's how we're taught, that's what we're kind of, you know, shown in life in general, and you know, you have to fit in, you've got parts of you that aren't acceptable or whatever, or you just, you know, you're shy, you feel like you shouldn't be being yourself, or there's something about yourself you don't like, or whatever. The message here is the best way is to just shine your light and be yourself, because the people who truly are meant to be with you in your life, twin flame, soulmate, all of those people, they want you, you know, they want you, who you truly are. And that's why the separation is often, you know, quite a long and difficult thing, because we're breaking down all of those beliefs and all of that conditioning that we get from the minute we're born. So this is about finding that belonging. I'm getting raise your vibrations. Do something that raises your vibrations, that makes your heart sing, that makes you want to jump around, you know, so that you are like connecting with the universal energy and having that light. within you so that it can shine out. Don't dim to fit in. So yeah, whatever that means to you, and they're telling me, or I'm feeling that, but this is going to resonate with a lot of people and they're going to understand what I'm trying to say here. Just remember who you truly are and be that person, and don't be afraid of being that person. I also feel like some of you might be taking a trip. Where are you being called to go? Sorry, I'll hold that up a bit closer. Where are you being called to journey to? Okay, so are you being called to meditate? Are you being called to do inward journey? Are you being called like in a physical trip, like I was talking about before, you know, visiting your twin in another state? Or are you being called to a specific geographical location? There's something in this journey, whatever that journey might happen to be, you know, going somewhere inwards or going somewhere physically. There's something within that journey that's going to help you come back to yourself, that's going to remind you who you are, that's going to help you feel this sense of longing for home. Yeah, all right, one more. One more message. One more message for everybody. Oops, flipped up. Okay, this one's saying, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. And I love that. I love that energy, and I love that advice, because I think a lot of people get way too caught up in being serious about their spirituality or serious about their twin flame connection. And, you know, like, from what I've learnt and from what I've been through, the best way to deal with it and not let it, you know, kill you or overtake your entire life is just to have fun and forget about it and not take it so seriously, you know. Like, love is not a heavy thing. Love is not a heavy feeling. If you're feeling something heavy, that's stuff that, you know, you might need to work through, because that raises your vibration. It brings your true light back to yourself. You light up when you're having fun, and that's kind of, yeah, what I'm getting here is just don't be so serious about everything all the time. Be light, be fun, be happy, if that's your personality, or do something that lights your soul. Okay, I think that's probably it for now. Yeah, I feel like I've given all the messages that I have for you guys today. I hope that resonates with some of you. I hope that gives you some inspiration or direction or guidance or clarity. Yeah, and thank you for watching. If you're watching, as always, I'm available for one-on-one readings. I do twin flame mentoring, healing sessions, and things like that. So if you're interested in any of those things, please come to my Facebook page, because that's where I do all my work. I don't have a website at the moment. It's just easier on Facebook to not have to have a website as well. I'm not really, you know, into spending all my time doing website-y things. So other than that, have a lovely day. Don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to shine your light, and, you know, love yourself. Love yourself as much as you love the other person, or you want to love the other person, because that's really where it all comes from, is within you. Thanks. Bye.